Neff coming in with the hydrate first thing. Good morning, Neff. How you doing? We miss having you chat. Boma. I'm still setting up here, so a little bit slow going this morning. My chair is sitting lower, but I don't want to raise it right now. All right. Let's switch to our regular scene here. Hi. Good morning. Sorry, I'm running a little bit behind because pour over coffee takes more time. Alright, let's go to here and grab our link. And then we'll go to our Blue Sky, we'll create a new post. We're gonna make our morning posts. Let everybody know that we're here, that we're live. I had someone on the skill tree server message me randomly last night. I hate it when people do that. Like, it's someone I've never interacted with. Let me raise my chair a little bit, because otherwise I'll hurt my shoulder if I don't. Yeah. I had someone message me from the skill tree server last night, and it's like their whole tag thing is just about their YouTube channel. And like their account was created on the 1st of February, and I've never seen them speak in Skilltree, and they're like, I just want to connect with my fellow YouTubers and streamers, and I'm like, bro, your videos on YouTube get 26,000 views, why are you talking to me? 99% of the time when somebody messages me without any interaction from server, it's a scam or they want something from me. And I will be informing Callie later, because it's not a nice thing to do. You don't just randomly message people. Yeah, solicitation. It's rude. It's like posting the link to your channel in someone else's comments. Like, I don't mind if you're like, oh yeah, I make videos too. And, you know, leave a comment relevant to the video that you just watched. You know, like, oh, I have a tip, or something like that. But it's just like, oh, I just want to connect with my fellow kids, you know. It's like a social faux pas. Like, don't do that. You know, like, I read into Evan. Everybody knows I stream. I don't need to be like, I stream too. It's like, it's obvious I stream. I rated in. You know, on Skilltree, there's a content creators thread or channel, and you can post your stuff to that channel. And so many people from Skilltree and Dendronia, which is part of Skilltree, show up here because I'm part of the community. It's like when that extended family member who never talks to you reaches out like, what do you want? Exactly that. It's like, you want something from me. This guy was probably hoping for a subscription to his YouTube channel. It's like, bro, your videos get 26,000 views. You know what mine average? Like 2. If I'm lucky. And one of them's usually me, just to make sure the video isn't scuffed. Like, why are you talking to me? Man? I'm going to accept Neff's hydrate and take a sip of my coffee because I haven't had anything to drink at all since last night. Oh yeah. Today was a coffee day. I'm still having vertigo, but it's not nearly as bad as it was yesterday. For some reason, my hands are itchy, but like just on like that space between the first 2 knuckles, from like the knuckles on your hand to the first set of knuckles on your fingers. I feel like today is one of those days I am retaining some water. Vertigos. Yeah, no, I've had it pretty bad the last couple of days. Yesterday and today. It didn't start until after sushi, so that was kind of weird. It's time for maracas, everybody. If you've got maracas that you need to take, and it's time to take your maracas, make sure you take your maracas. Oh yeah, maraca time. Something that I wanted to do. On my channel. Here we go. see. And this one. This is the problem with people not using their regular usernames. Does anybody remember what Fantasy's actual handle is? Here? I'll have to do it later when Fantasy shows up. Cheese is hiding in chat. Monk Mode, where are you? Say something. Hey Naf, can you say something in chat for me? There's Monk Mode. Oh, Puma has said something. Hi, Puma. Monk Mode is my brother. Everybody say hi to Cheese. That's what I call him. It was his nickname a long time ago. And it just stuck forever. Are you having a good morning, Cheese? Some people have some shiny new badges. I wonder if I can change that badge too. I'm going to shift our window so that I can see the chat. At work, it's evil. Look, I pretend to be a cartoon incubus on the internet for my job, so at least you have a quote-unquote real job. You need to make badges? I need to make a lot of things for my channel. You're already doing better than I am. You make me badges. I need to make my own badges. This one goes here. There's so many things that I need to do. I have to finish Necromancer's commission. I have to finish the other 2 commissions, and here I am drawing burbs. Let's get this old wrinkly choke cherry crab apple whatever thing in here. This old wrinkly boy. Naf has made some redeems. Posture check. Unshrimp your spine. A stretch. And hydrate. You're hydrating with Kofifi this morning. The only good meme to come out of Donald Trump, and we still don't know whether he was talking about COVID or coffee. Or something else entirely. Enough, you should type something. Say hi. Your name has not shown up in the chat screen for so long. We miss you. We're having a stroke. Yeah. Well, he was trying to type something there. We just don't know which one it was. Either my volume's really high, or... Oh yeah, my volume's really high. Or this song is really loud. It's both. Oh, why are my knuckles so itchy? Ah! Oh, we had another person follow us overnight. Strange Dog Creations. How strange. Serafina, good morning! How you doing? Are you having a good day? Time zone approved greetings, Tog. You're good, you're good, that's good. That's good. Good is good, it's way better than bad. Let's see, there's another kind of a wrinkly half choke cherry thing here. That almost made it the right shape right off the bat. Almost. There's another squiggly bit of berry thing here. I wonder what color flowers this tree has. Fantasy, there you are! Good morning. Awesome was about to fall asleep due to boredom. Screensaver mode. I have, working on my leather harness. I'm assuming that's harness. I don't think we're going to see Necromancer for a couple of days, because I believe he's going on a LARP. Although I do miss Necromancer already. Although he might be in meetings right now. I think he's in meetings. It's Friday. So. You want to work on stuff for your LARP costume, but you don't know where to start? Pick something. Anything. One thing. I've slowly started getting things together to work on stuff. Eventually I'd like to make new horns for Nameless. But they're the ones I have are good enough for now. They're not perfect, but they're good enough. I need to get new hair beads worked out. But we know my new costume is probably going to be this second one here, which is actually the final design. turn off these two. So my final design is probably going to be something like this. But I'm waiting for Bale to get back to me on the prize I won last year. I never received my code. I scoured my email, I went through my account. I have not received my prize from last year, my $50 gift certificate. Thank you. I have to remake the pants of friendship. They have completely, well and truly fallen apart. But I have a much thicker fabric that were a pair of old Hakama. Yeah, like Bleedu received her prize, and I believe Graham also received his, but I never got mine. And when I spoke to Bale a little while ago, he's like, I'll put it on my docket for next week to fix it up, and I never heard back. And it's been 2 weeks since he said he would look into it. I know my horns are great. They're just they're taking damage. So I need to fix them up a little bit. They are made out of a foam wreath and some air dry clay. The gouache worked out better than I expected. They definitely need another coat or two of sealant. Looking forward to helping me with my pants. Hopefully I will have my pants done before I fly. And before game starts. It's like Con Crunch all over again. Oh my god. Yeah. I'll make sure to use pins this time, Seraphine, I promise. I'll use the magic pins. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the Pants of Friendship on after I do a quick repair to all of the ripped parts. Because the fabric itself was not suitable for pants, it's just what I had. I'm gonna do a quick repair to them, turn them inside out, and then fit them better to my body by pinning. You know, the way one should fit stuff to themselves. And hopefully that will go a bit better. Yeah, I mean, dye works. Just be careful, it stains a lot of surfaces, so have caution. Have all the magic tools with you this year too? That is great. Yeah. I really want to make my tent. But the fabric for that is probably going to cost more than renting the tent, but then I will never have to rent a tent again. And the great thing about the tent design is if I don't have enough money, I can just leave the floor part off the tent. And blankets. Yeah, oh god, your blankets were a savior last year. Yes, it is an investment. I did a lot of reorganizing of this file so that I could fit everything more cleanly into it, because this file just grows each year. So, like, the tent design, I don't have to put the floor in. I can just bring the tarp with me and lay that down like we did for the tents last year. So the floor doesn't actually need to be there. Theoretically, I could do this whole tent thing with just the fly part, so just the blue part, and a couple of extra additions of little doors on the ends and a tarp on the ground. So the whole thing is contingent on those 3 arches plus like the little end pole things. And I could just attach a little door covering to the arches on either end. And that would be that the tent, just like that. Ooh. What kind of changes are you making? To loot at. Loot the magic tent. It contains goodies. Did you not have a backside last year? I didn't look too closely. Rivy, what are you doing? Oh, here he comes. Oh, Rivy, come here. Hey, baby. Oh, it's cat time. Hey, baby. It's kitten time. Hello. Oh. The local craft store has Dylon fabric dye, and I'm leaning on ocean blue or forest green. Dylon is for artificial fabrics, I believe, unless you're specifically going for stuff that's not I'm pretty sure Dylon though is solely sorry, this cat. I believe Dylon is solely for synthetics. So make sure you pick the right kind of dye for your fabric. Good morning, Arias. Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. And that doesn't fit. My canvas is 100% cotton. Yes. Check the packaging. Dylon might have a line for whatchamacallit, for natural fibers. I know Rit Dye has both. So like the standard Rit Dye is for natural fibers, and then there's Rit Dye More, which is for synthetics. So Dylon, being a brand, probably has stuff for a natural fiber. So make sure you double check, because if you use a synthetic dye on a natural fiber, it's not going to color it at all. It'll just wash out. And it might stain it in like a blotchy pattern if you're not careful. So yeah. Advice. Always make sure you're getting the right kind of dye for the fabric that you have. Also, you can hear River complaining, because that's what he do. Hi, baby. Or you can put your tongue is sticking out. You're doing a kitten smile. Yeah. His tongue is always sticking out. It's really cute. Oh yeah, no, Rit dye is like I highly recommend them. I don't have any experience with Dylon, but I use Rit dye for like everything. My whole costume was done in Rit dye. Ow! He stepped on my thigh. I don't know why, but like my whole life, my thighs like on the outside, just below my hips, between my hips and my knees, so my thighs on the outside from like the front line to the sideline, that like quarter of my thigh has always been really sensitive. So like if it gets hit or like pressed or a cat steps on it, it hurts like hell. It's been my whole life. I don't know why. Nobody knows why. Yeah, I recommend Rit dye. And you need the Rit dye fixative if you want the color to stay. If you want it to be color fast. And don't be afraid to use lots of dye. Never be afraid to use lots of dye. They have instructions on the bottle for how much dye to use per pound of fabric or per kilo of fabric, whatever. Depends on which nation you're in. I think they label the bottles differently because it's all just a shrink wrap thing. And some of the instructions will be like add vinegar or add salt depending on what kind of fabric you're dyeing as well. So like salt silk has a different instruction to like cotton. And it modifies the dye chemically to bind better to that material. If you don't know what the weight of your canvas is, you fold it up and you put it on a scale. It's very easy. I felt like the witch when Della and I dyed our fabric last December. Yeah. I'm sorry that it came out patchy. I recommend dip dyeing more than like stuffing the whole thing in and leaving it and stirring it, because then you're more likely to get all parts of the fabric. You like it? Hey, you know what? It's like pre-weathering. If it's too uniform, it also, like, it looks too perfect. Yep, I have some Kelly green. It's actually really nice. I haven't got a chance to use it, but like I've got this emerald green hood from when I got a LARP box once, and the green absolutely does not suit me. Like I cannot wear it. I look like a corpse if I wear that shade of green. My mom can wear that shade of green, but I can't. Well, there you go. Layering. It hides the mistakes. But like I'm gonna re-dye this one hood with the Kelly green to make it like a darker hunter's green. Hey, yeah, no, you'll get faster at pattern drafting the more you do it. Like the Pants of Friendship, that pattern, I modified it and cut it out. Like I had to tape pieces of paper together and then lay it out, measure out the pattern as fast as humanly possible. So I basically sketched that pair of pants. That pant is a sketch in fabric form, which is why it didn't fit properly. But like the more you do it, the faster you get, because you just know the shapes that you're supposed to have to conform to those parts of your body. I mean, by nature, green is a warmer color. Usually. There are cool greens and there are warm greens. Just like there are cool blues and warm blues. Yeah. So ignore what I just said. Yeah. What I said is just completely invalid. So, yeah. But a lot of times, yes, greens tend to be warmer. We perceive them as warmer. Yep. That's pattern making by draping. That is a legitimate way to make a pattern. Yes, yellow shift greens and blue shift greens. Like, my dye that I use for Nameless is actually 3 different colors. Three bottles of dye. And I still didn't get it dark enough. Is your tent more light blue or another blue shade? My tent is more of an aqua color, actually. So the colors that I used for Nameless were, if I recall, teal, aquamarine, and evening blue. And that makes Nameless's color in the Rit dyes. And part of my problem is I didn't leave my stuff to dye long enough. But because I was dip dyeing, my arms were tired. And I just couldn't go anymore. And it was my first time dyeing something, so I didn't know how dark it would be when it was dry versus how dark it is when it's wet. So that's another thing to keep in mind when dyeing something. It's like 4 or 5 shades darker when it's wet than it is when it's dry. Some companies will probably sell it. Ask your local craft store if they can get in Rit dye for you. If it's not something you can order via like Amazon or something, I know they sell on Amazon as well. I know Europe doesn't have like huge box stores like Michael's and Joann's and stuff, and Joann's is closing anyways. But you can usually buy them there. Let's go check out now. Ooh. That looks so cute. Good job, Mystic. You're gonna look fabulous. I'm jealous. Sorry, I'm not doing any drawing today. I am still, like, vertigo mode. And when I start looking at the canvas to draw things, I'm just like, yeah. Rit dye ships worldwide. There you go. It kind of sucks in the hobby department. Panduro is more for kids and it sucks. Yeah. Start your own business. You're gonna die in the heat. You never know. If you're using natural fabrics, it might have the opposite effect. Like, at Conquest, I was wearing at least 2 layers. And that was in direct sunlight all day, running around. And I was cool as a cucumber. And I was wearing at least 2 layers, and normally during the summer, I'm just like dying. The cats have knocked something down. I have to go check. I'll be right back. What did you do, kittens? the kittens have discovered verticality. And so they started climbing the kitchen counters and exploring the counters. You need to get a set of bloomers. You can make a set of bloomers. There's lots of free patterns for bloomers. I would recommend linen for undergarments. It has better antimicrobial properties than cotton. And it's more wicking and more cooling than cotton too. The only reason I don't use linen for pretty much everything is because of the cost. Linen is more expensive because it's more labor intensive to make. Cotton is generally pretty bad for the environment in the irrigation costs because it requires lots of water, and they tend to grow in the fucking desert. I don't know why. Humans have this stupid thing where they're like, we're gonna do everything in the desert. Like, half of America. Why do we build in the desert? We're like, we're gonna build this amazing oasis city in the desert that uses huge amounts of water. Los Angeles, Las Vegas. And we're gonna have millions of people here where water is limited, and then we're gonna complain about not having enough water. Yeah, and they're like, this is fine. Herder. You reap what you sow. This is my dream. I want to make and sell stuff like the plushies. I just sent you a photo of one of them. So many people sending me things. Ah, you sent me a screenshot of my character too. Oh yeah, the bear! That's adorable. Yes, you've shown me the bear before. You were asking me about lighting for that bear. Like where I would place shadows and stuff. I'm glad that you ask questions and that I can actually answer them. It's nice to teach somebody something, like mentor somebody on art stuff, even though I'm not nearly as qualified as like an actual teacher. But like if it's basic stuff, like foundational things, I don't mind teaching. As you can see, I am still learning things about light and shadow myself. But also, a good way to learn something is to teach it. Yes, I did, and I learned a lot from it. Yeah. Oh, well, that you and Necromancer can do stick figures together then, Arias. He can do stick figures too. He says he can't do stick figures, but he sent me a stick figure, so clearly he can do stick figures because it was clearly a figure that was made of sticks. Yeah, no, never stop learning. If you, one of my college professors in police foundations used to say, if you stop learning, you stop living. Always be learning new things. There's not a lot happening on the painting front today. I'm sorry. Every time I go to paint, I'm just like, oh. It's the movement. My snoot has been booped. It's the boop snoot, like the droop snoot, but it is the boop snoot, the snoot that gets booped. It's different every time I do it, just a little bit. The fantasy has redeemed a high rate. I've started following the Blender course that Sai has. And, oh yeah, she kindly gave me her login for that. So I am learning Blender. Oh, jeez. So that I can, hopefully make some redeems. Yeah, you're just racking up those star shells. Man. I'm gonna have to have some redeems that literally do nothing so that people can spend their points. I'd like to have one that turns me into a lumpy, strange tuber that is delicious. Maybe a couple of different kinds of potatoes. Just to, like, showcase that every potato is different and there's so many varieties, and that's what makes potatoes great. Just like people. We are all potatoes. I would think that, like, Nameless's people, like, they had some sort of potato on their island and they really like potatoes of some kind. Some variant. I have learned that there's a forageable in North America that's called fairy potatoes. Potato avalanche. That would be painful. Most avalanches are painful. You just saw your first bumblebee, so cute. Oh yeah, your forced bumblebee. Yes. I just fill in the spelling mistakes. Don't worry about it. Bumblebees are adorable. They're just so freaking cute. That was actually one of the options of a picture that I have that, like, I want to draw is a bumblebee that falls asleep in a flower. Are you squishing? Meow meow. Oh. Are you deflating because you're hungry? Go eat something. It's meow on. It's the hungry meow. There you go. That's the I'm deflating because I'm starving. Modify emote. The modified emotes thing is really weird. Ah. Are you making sushi? Breakfast with Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Okay, but which one? There's so many. Can you imagine, like, a breakfast flavored Ben and Jerry's? It's like pancakes and maple syrup. And it's got, like, little bits of pancake in it. Cookie dough. That's a good one. Apparently a while back they had an ice cream sandwich flavor and I missed it. I don't know how long ago it was, but I missed it and I am sad because ice cream sandwiches are the best thing in the world. They're pretty great. I get addicted to them sometimes, so I have to stay away from them. A cinnamon bun Ben and Jerry's? Ooh, they have a churros one. It's really good. It's kind of close. My favorite ice cream, though, was the key lime vodka, or the vodka key lime pie from Haagen-Dazs. Oh, God. That was the best ice cream, and they don't sell it anymore. Whenever I saw that ice cream, I bought it. Because, oh, heaven. And I am so sad. Every time I go to the store, I look for it, but it's never there. Because they just don't make it anymore. I hate these limited edition things, because, like, I always find something that I really like, and then it goes away forever. Never to appear again. It's like the Coke Starlight. The Canadian version of Coke Zero Starlight was really good. Because Canada has stricter laws than America, so it didn't taste like chemical goop. And so we know someone who works for Coke, and they straight up told us the recipe for Coke Zero in Canada is different than America. It's because America has no food protections. They think they're the greatest country in the world, but they're delusional. Sorry, Americans, but you are. At least the ones who believe your country's the greatest one in the world, because you're lacking a lot up there. Or down there. Yeah, you're south of us. But yeah, I miss the vodka key lime pie Häagen-Dazs. Ugh. I love key lime pie. It's always been one of my favorite things. It's very reminiscent of cheesecake. Dale's planning on moving to the EU once he gets his US citizenship. Oh god, he doesn't have his full US citizenship? Well, be careful announcing that anywhere when he's in the US, because he'll probably end up in El Salvador. Ugh. Oh wait, but he's white. So I guess he'll be fine. Well, that didn't stop them from deporting some people. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the news, but they're planning on sending homegrowns there too. It's pretty bad. But I recommend getting out of the US as much as possible. If you can get out now. When the world's leading authority on fascism has fled the country because the signs are too strong, that's terrifying. And that was like 2 months ago. If you're able to get out, get out. If you're not able to get out, be protesting in the streets. The only way to save America is to have everybody be out there in the millions protesting. It's the only way. But Bernie's doing a really good job. Like, have you seen his rallies? Oh, wow. Like, the red states are turning on Trump. It's wild. Anyways, politics. Scary subject. Upsets people. Back to potatoes. Potatoes are delicious. There are two kinds of purple potato that I know of now. There's taro, and then there's the purple yam. And the purple yam is often used for like desserts because it has a higher starchiness and greater sweetness. The sushi place actually has purple yam now that you can get. It's a slice of yam and it's deep fried and it is purple, man. I've seen the protests but haven't been paying attention in the news much. Yeah. Well, their goal is to flood the zone so much that people become sick of the news and that they're overwhelmed and upset and shut down and just accept what's happening. Prefer Eastern European to US corruption. At least they're open about it. There's a purple sugar pea. Ooh. I love peas. My dad and I both love peas. Did I mention I like peas? It's a meme in our house. My dad really likes having peas with his mashed potatoes. Things that our family just doesn't eat anymore because they're carbs. Neff, you should type something. You have a magical badge. Neff has redeemed a street. Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. Getting all the oh, there were car horns there. Oh, somebody must have run the red light again. Getting all the redeems. Stretching the muscles that are like on the front of your rib cage. Feels so good. So we got a posture check, untrimmed spine, and a hydrate, which is coffee. Would I like to hear about the circus that is Eastern Europe? Believe me, I know about the circus that is Eastern Europe. I listen to the news from the Enforcer every night. Weird shit is going on there. But, you know, at least the Georgians are out protesting in the streets. They need to protest even harder, and they're going like 120%. Turkey is just full mask off dictatorship. As I understand it, Serbia's up to shenanigans again. Yeah, shit's weird everywhere. Everybody is high tension. We just need to chill. We need to take the dictators out. Dictatorship doesn't work. It never works. Democracy is one of the oldest forms of governance. Well, let me send you a meme about the supermarket boycotts we had. Yeah. I wish I had some land, because I would just start growing my own food and helping all of my neighbors. I would just be like giving them vegetables. Because fuck the grocery stores. I want to learn gardening and canning. I want to get a freeze dryer. Because fuck the grocery stores. Everything costs too much, and they keep raising the prices, and nobody can afford anything. The only reason I make any money at all is because of advertisements. And Necromancer giving everybody gifted subs. So, those of you that subscribe, thank you. Those of you that watch ads, thank you. Equally. Okay, that's audio, and that will have copyrighted video, so or copyrighted audio. So I will I'll watch that later. A little stab of copyright sounds. Hopefully I won't get dinged for that one. I will watch that after stream. So you guys are having supermarket boycotts then, I'm guessing. Ooh, my tracking weird. Yeah. So what are your supermarket boycotts about? I don't know that level of detail. Most of my knowledge is war news or war related or war tensions related. They're saying that this is the last peaceful summer we're gonna have for a long time, and I am starting to agree with them, and it's scary. Logical people need to be in charge of countries. You should have to pass an intelligence test to be able to lead a country. And not just an intelligence test, but it has to be, like, history, and, like, basically exams. If you want to work for a country, and you want to be in government, you have to pass actual examinations. I mean, news is there to fearmonger? Yes. News is there to fearmonger. The guys that I listen to are not the fearmonger news. It's a channel called The Enforcer, and they do war analysis as opposed to like quote-unquote news. So they stream every night regardless of the views they get. They get a lot of views because of that. Now, they have bias like everybody else does, and they admit to that. They're like, we do have bias. We try not to be, but we have it. It's like Philip DeFranco. Like, he has a clear bias, but he tries to give the information without the bias. Necromancer! Staying at the end again. Hi. How you doing?
Necromancer Dark is staying at the inn.
He's staying at the inn and he's hosting a party. There's a whole convention at that inn. Thank you. Thank you. There's just a convention going on at the inn, like, and Necromancer has invited so many people. And it's a full rager at that inn. Oh no, ants are the worst. They get everywhere. There's no way to stop them. What you gotta do is you gotta figure out how they're getting in and seal that. Look up also, like, how to, was it destroy their trail? Sea not emotes. Ants, how they map things out is they leave like a little pheromone trail for other ants to follow. So if you can find where their trail is and completely annihilate it, they'll stop following that spot and they're less likely to continue their invasion. So if you can figure out where they're coming in, both from the outside and the inside, and destroy that trail to discourage them. There are ways to do it. I think you can use like vinegar and soap and stuff. Get like an old toothbrush to scrub it out. That helps. Because what most people do is they just set ant traps and they just leave them, right? But if you want the ants to stop coming in, you got to find out where they're coming in and how, and seal that if you can. Now, if it's like your little drip holes in your windows, don't seal those because those need to be there. But you can destroy the pheromone trail. Like, up to a meter or more from that entry point, if you can, if you are able, and that will help. It will help mitigate the problem. It won't fix it, but it will mitigate it for sure, because it will discourage them from following that trail to making that that way in again, and they'll have to find it all over again. Just did that strong cleaning thing, and I saw where they got it, and sadly I need to call the janitors for help. I rent, and they're not allowed to do anything. Sometimes it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. Just saying. Besides, they're solving your ant problem for them. I was just talking about this the other day with Sai, but like, we've gone back to a sort of medieval serfdom where you are basically renting the land from a lord. We're all serfs again. We need to fix that. All this renting nonsense. No, that's for house centipedes. Burning down for ants is a little bit extreme, unless they're like carpenter ants, in which case, like, your building's done for anyways, because you'll never get rid of them. They live in the wood. And that came out wrong. The weird thing is there have been pest control person here, and they killed the nest. Yeah, but like, they may have killed the nest. Did they kill the queen? That's the question. But also, like, ants migrate, and a new colony probably moved in. Because just because you took out the nest doesn't mean there weren't some left, and they didn't find their way home and go, oh, hey, everybody's gone. Well, new house. Let's go get some friends. Or, you know, some other ant came by from another colony that was getting ready to migrate and went, oh, no one's left in this house anymore. Free house. Yeah, sugar ants. Yeah, those are the common ants. They're really hard to deal with, and they're really hard to get rid of. And, like, even if there's just one left, they will always go back. Just, employ an anteater. Get a pet anteater. There you go. It'll solve your problems. It's like hiring goats to mow your lawn. Have a pest control expert that's an anteater. Are you destroying the end of my bed again? I'm gonna have to get a new bed one day. I'm sorry I'm not doing any art. I'm actually really enjoying the chit chat that we're having though. Power top mommy, you can't kill her, you can only inconvenience her, and now she wants revenge! Everybody loves those muscle mommies. What have I become? What even is my channel? It's like, look at this beautiful art! Muscle mommies! Well, I'm glad. I'm not used to having people, like, listen to me. There's a running joke that nobody listens to me, and I'm usually right. So when I have something to say, and I try to say it, nobody listens to me, and then it's like, everything went wrong, and I'm like, well, if you just listened to me, it would have gone right. But you didn't. So I'm not used to actually having people, like, come and show up and just, like, hang out and listen to what I have to say. It's very new to me. And I am humbled by it. And honored. I always feel undeserving. But I like hanging out with you guys. And Neff too! I know you're listening, Neff. Do you like your new badge, Necromancer? I can only give out so many VIP badges, so I have to, like, select people, and I feel very bad for that. But the people who are here, like, every single day, like, you guys at least deserve some recognition. Thank you. I don't know what to make the VIP badge, though. I think I can change it. I'm not sure. I have to double check that. Where do I do that? Is that under viewer rewards? Power up some channel points. No. It's not under content. No. Church bells. I hear church bells. Sorry for my Thor typing. My mom is asking me a question. Let's see. Go to badges. Okay, that's specifically subscriber badges. Sometimes the menus just don't make any sense. You can't gift until it's expired. No! I'm not gonna lie, I spent the last 5 minutes like, what is this icon? Can I change it? What is this badge? I don't remember this yesterday. What's this? Oh, That's the VIP badge. I thought it would be nice to give the people who are here, like, constantly, regularly, all the time, at least VIP. I only have a limited amount, but yes. It's the least I can do is give you guys give you guys VIP. Yeah, I don't know if I can change the VIP badge. I did not see anything related to that. Oh, thank you, Arias. So you guys are having a boycott on the supermarket. So everybody did a supermarket run the day before the boycott to spend the money that they were gonna not spend during the boycott. Brilliant. This is why you don't announce it publicly ahead of time, because especially if it's going to be like protests blocking the stores, because it just makes people spend more money than they would before. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it's aged like a fine wine. The boycotts did some at work. We had some price freezes. Yeah, when we did a boycott here in Canada for our grocery stores, like, they didn't drop any of their prices or anything. There weren't any price freezes, but we destroyed their stock. Yeah. They were pretty upset. But, you know, when there's one company that owns all of the grocery stores in your country, they can set whatever prices you want. And this is why people need to start growing their own food. A lot of people here go to Slovenia, Germany, or Italy for their groceries these days. Yep. People used to go to the US for their groceries. The ones who live close to the border, they would go south of the border, they would buy a bunch of groceries, and they'd come back up. Well, that was before September 11th, 2001. After that, things got a bit more difficult, but even now, it's like, we won't go down to the United States no matter how bad the prices get in Canada. Like, we just won't. Like to buy from the local markets. Yeah, we have a farmer's market here. They do sell stuff that isn't local. Like, they'll have all of the stuff from Mexico and stuff that you buy from the big distributors. They just go to the big distributor like really early in the morning, fill up their truck with like the regular whatever shit you can get at the grocery store, and then they bring it to the farmer's market and upcharge the stuff. So I don't buy anything other than local, like, meat or locally made bread from my farmer's market, because otherwise it's all like stuff from like Mexico or California or whatever. But they're required to label it, and if you're found to not be labeling stuff that's not local, you will get banned from the farmer's market permanently. So, like, if you don't want to buy grapes from California, you just look for the guy who's selling grapes that are labeled as, like, Ontario. Here, while some of it is imported, a decent chunk of the folks bring their homegrown food. Yep. The fishmonger I go to imports fish, but it's so fresh I can make sushi out of it. Yeah. Yeah, like, I can't get fish that fresh here, being a more or less landlocked province, except for our Great Lakes and the St. Lawrence Seaway. I'm always afraid to, like, try to make sushi. I would love to try to make sushi, but I'm afraid to. Although there is a fish shop nearby that apparently sells sushi grade, so maybe I'll check them out one day and talk to them, because they're like a local, small company. They've been serving the area for like 27 years or something. Yeah, you say that like I go to Europe so often. Honestly, I am. The way things are going in Canada and with the US, I'm almost tempted to just move to Europe. It's like reverse migration from when my grandparents moved to Canada to get away from fascism. Although, like, depending on how the the election goes, was it like next week? The Monday after the next is our federal election. Oh, where did my art go? There we go. OBS doesn't like it when I minimize the art program. You have to blast freeze sushi fish to negative 25°C to kill parasites for a certain amount of time. Yep. You can move to Norway, free healthcare here, and me. And Darkness! I like Darkness, and Northern Lights. There's actually a farming channel that I watch that's from Norway. They bought an abandoned farm on the west coast of Norway. The thing, like, constantly floods, but, like, God, it's beautiful there. Do it. We wish we could move back. Move to Norway, Necromancer. Look up lumpfish. Great anti-parasitic fish. Lumpfish is like right up there with blobfish for names. The blobfish only looks so ugly because, like, they take it out from the deep and it can't hold itself together. And then it just looks miserable because it's like, the atmospheres are wrong. Why? And then it gets sad. Lumpies. But I like Germany. All I ever hear is the Germans complaining about Germany. It's like the Quebecois. They're not happy unless they're complaining about something. Alright, now I have to look up this lumpfish. Oh my god! Oh, it's there's even one that's oh, it's like Nameless Blue. It's super pixelated, but oh my god, they're so adorable. I would feel bad for eating it, but also, like, delicious. They're even my character's blue. It's like that aqua, turquoise, teal. You don't eat them. Oh, okay. You said anti-parasitic fish, so I was just, like, assuming that you eat it. They're German, so yeah, about right, yeah. So that Quebecois, they're not happy unless they're complaining about something. They get it from the French. We'll have to get Evan to look at the lumpfish for his meta. Evan, if you're here, I've got a new meta for you, lumpfish. I don't know the context behind Evan's meta, but I've just come to accept that it's a thing. You can link it in the chat if you like, Mystic. I like how it just looks so perturbed. It's like, ah! Why? How dare! I never... Clicking on things I shouldn't click on. This is today's stream. Friday is no art, we're just chatting. The art is a lie. It exists on screen sometimes. Instead we have fish. Engine sounds. Professional streamer. It was funny because like just as I signed on and hit live, my mic was muted though, but like there were this horrible tire screeching in the intersection down below. It was like but no honking. I don't know why, but for some reason that intersection just has, like, a lot of accidents. But, like, they're just fender benders, because it's not, like, a high-speed road. Like, it is a through road designed to, have the traffic go around downtown. And it's 4 lanes, well, 2 each way. And, but it's not, like, really high speed because there's, you know, so many residential areas around here. I'm sometimes too appalled to honk when people drive stupid. Yeah. It's just like, bitch, what the fuck? Yeah. Alright, well, I'll watch the Instagram thing later. Oh, here's another cute picture. This thing is so freaking cute. What even? This is my new favorite fish. Thank you for introducing me to this fish, because it's the cutest goddamn thing ever. He's like, ah! Maybe we'll paint this little dude. He looks like he has little legs. You don't honk where I live. There's a decent chance you'll get a gun pulled on you. I would honk all the time. I would be the most passive-aggressive honker. Someone pulled a gun on me and I would just be like, do the like 2 fingers at the eyes thing and be like, I'm watching you, bitch. So you gotta intimidate them without a gun. And then they're like, whoa. Because if you pull a gun on someone over someone honking at you, you're just a pussy. You're an insecure, necklace little pussy. And the guy filmed them. They stuck to his camera. You can have them as pal. Oh my god. This little picture though. It's like the embodiment of Velcro's voice. If Velcro's voice had a form, it would be this little dude. Just they have little pectoral fins and they're like, oh my god! They get cuter every second. Oh. Not everything that comes out of the ocean is evil. Sometimes they're just little guppy boys that suction cups and go, ah! He just looks so shocked and alarmed. It's like Tesla's face. Every time he just opens his eyes and looks at something, it looks like he's terrified of the universe. Like he's just so aghast. I'll have to watch it after stream, but oh my god, I'm looking forward to it. You have enriched my life, Mystic, thank you. All of our lives have been enriched by the cute fish. Oh, my tracking was just like, ah, I can't handle it. It's good that we don't eat them, because I would feel terrible for eating the lumpfish. Oh man, I hope Evan is here to see this. And their color too, I love their color. I'd like to one day try and make fish leather. Cause like they don't have like cows and stuff on Nameless's island. So, like, if they want leather, they have to make it out of sea creatures. Which, like, one of the things I was thinking for, like, the fly of my tent, like, a previous thought iteration was to use something that you wouldn't normally use for tent material that's like really transparent and definitely made of plastic, but you know, like they would use for a transparent umbrella. Hold on, I think I have an example in my files. And you just say it's like a jellyfish skin. Create new from clipboard. I mean, look at that. Can you imagine, like a transparent dome tarp thing? That's and you're just like, yeah, it's a jellyfish skin. We have giant jellyfish. Oh, hey, there's the bot. Got a round size little thing yesterday that she put in where she's like, oh, if you just disallow the word, it won't show up. There. It's the daily bot. We ban them. Well, day is not complete without bot. I also like that skirt that she's wearing. Like, damn. Oh my god, there's like a fleet of lumpfish. Look little suction cups too. Ah! Sorry, I'm gonna be like gushing over this fish for like a day now. But yeah, I think it would be really cool to have like murdered him dead, yeah, the bot. I think it would be really cool to have like a tarp or like a little awning thing, seating area that's made out of some plastic or clear material that's waterproof. And you're just like, yes, it's jellyfish. I mean, our group is a magical group. Like, our whole thing is magic. So, like, why can't we have some materials that aren't canvas, right? The thing is making it not look like plastic, right? Preserved jellyfish, yes. Nameless with a fake lumpfish stuck to his belt. Nah, I would have like... I would have him on my shoulder or something. He'd be like a familiar pet. You're like, how is it alive? Magic. Chickens go in, pies come out. What kind of pies? Apple. How is this fish breathing still? Magic. It's an airfish. Hanging on an arch wire so it bobs around you. Nice. Oh, that would be really cute. I think I might have a kind of wire that would be good for that, actually. It would have to be very, very thin, almost transparent. So you'd... I suppose there are kinds of like fishing line, almost. It would have to be like an acrylic. Chickens go in and apple pies come out, yes. Chicken Run was a good movie. I was just talking about it with my dad last night, where he's like, we were discussing the amount of pause before she says the word apple. And I'm like, the pause doesn't need to be any longer because, like, she's so sick and tired of her husband being, like, the fucking moron that he is, that she just expects it, and she can't even be astounded at how dumb this man is. So she just rolls with it, and you feel it in every enunciation of the word apple. And, like, you can quote that line in the movie, but no one can ever get it right. Like, the length of the pause, like, some people, like, think it should have been longer, but I'm like, no, it was the perfect amount of time. It was just a beat, and she's just, like, you know, like, 10,000 curse words and phrases just ran through her head, and she's so done that she just accepts it, and she's like, this is my life now. Apple. Oh no, if you get an opportunity to watch Chicken Run, it's a good movie. It's claymation film, Wallace and Gromit style, and it is actually a good movie. It's well done. And the sarcasm and the humor are very British, and I love it. It's not like my favorite movie, but it's like one of those ones, if people are watching Chicken Run, I'll probably just like join in. I'll see if I can find a clip for you later of that one scene if you don't want to watch the whole movie. But, like, the context is pretty great. So knowing the whole movie and the story is pretty good. You should take some time to watch it. Enjoy something new. Novelty is the spice of life. Also, I discovered that the Pop-Tarts are way better if you just eat them straight out of the package. Like, don't heat them up. I can ask Cap if we can watch it during movie night. Yeah, sure. Like, if you guys are watching it and I happen to see you guys watching it, I'll probably pop in. Maybe. I'm also not much of a movie watcher. Like, I have to be in a very specific mood for movies. Sorry, that yawn, it just needed to be released. We were having an in-character movie night in Dendronia for a little while, and then it just stopped for some reason. Okay, I don't know what that first word is. Fantasy. Something about the lumpfish. I didn't realize you were heating them. Pop-Tarts should always be consumed direct from the bag. Yes, I think I've discovered that. Pop-Tarts are supposed to be toasted. The first one I toasted, well, the first two, I toasted them and put butter on one and tried that. Butter on a Pop-Tart. Oh my god, tracking, what are you doing? Hello. There we go. My tracking's struggling today for some reason. Yeah, see, Puma toasts them. Most people toast them because that's what you're supposed to do. I tried the butter on it. That did improve it slightly. Yes, cheese. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? And indeed, yes, I have. And indeed, it is better. Oh, release the lumpfish. Thank you. You want more lumpfish? Hold on, let's find more lumpfish. We'll put another lumpfish on screen. Have we acquired the meta now, Evan? Are we doing the meta right? I'll have to ask Evan if we're doing the meta right. Oh, cheese is linked to the song. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart from Family Guy? But I like my foods very warm or very cold depending on the food and kind of lukewarm both. We need nameless, but is a lumpfish merman? I mean, the colors are correct. But May is already passed. Oh wait, no, May hasn't passed. We can do Mermaid. For some reason I thought May had already passed, but I was thinking of March. It starts with M. My brain is dumb. It's about the size of a lumpfish's brain, in fact. Mermaid! Yeah! Alright. I will work on a sketch, and we will do Mermaid, and Nameless will be a lumpfish merman. I'll have to make a whole new design. I might even go with these like really nice ethereal colors, and in place of where I put the red, I might like take this pink color that's in the gill here. Like, that's a nice pink. But these colors are beautiful. Well, May is planned out now. Ow. Itchy face. I am itchy today. I'm gonna have to make a lumpfish emote now too. Gonna have potatoes and lumpfish and snoot boops. Draw this image. This one in the front and center is my expression when somebody says something so inane, like something just so asinine that I can't even process it. That's just my face. Just herder. I'll try and work something out. I'll see if I can fit in some of their design aesthetic into like the mertail and stuff. Oh, had a needle felt a lumpfish. I do want to do like crafts on camera on stream eventually. It's just my webcam is garbage. It doesn't have any like focus options. It just has one field of view. But eventually, like, I'd like to get a camera that will point down at my desk, so that we can do like crafts together. And like traditional painting, squash, acrylic, etc. And the sparkly watercolor that I was gifted, that I have to do a collab for. Still. Awesome. I'll watch it after stream. I should work on getting my Discord going. I'll invite you guys individually to the Discord. But I'll also set it up so that people who subscribe can have access to the Discord as well. Might set up a Patreon or a Ko-fi reward too for the people who can't subscribe via Twitch. I know there's some people that can only like subscribe or donate using like things that allow debit cards, like Cora. Huh? Oh, Arias has been added to the party. Thank you, Necromancer.
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome Marius Softautumn to the island.
Thank you for hosting my brother, Necromancer. Monk Modus, my brother, by the way.
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome M0NKM0 to the island.
Oh! Oh!
Necromancer Dark is hosting 5 guests.
Jesus Christ! This isn't just a house party anymore, it's a full-blown goddamn convention. I want to go tonight! Thank you. Oh, you got Tyler in there too. And NB. Baby Stapler Miniatures? Is that someone that's following me? Well, that's an awesome name. And Mookie too! I haven't seen Mookie since they were doing, was it Ramadan? I hope they survived. I hope Mookie didn't starve to death. And Witty Weep 7, I don't, these must be lurkers because I've never seen them chat before. Necromancer, thank you. Thank you so much. You are bringing my community closer together and saving them from advertisements. And Aria says, "Even at the street." Really big stretch today. Good news. While I haven't been to the physiotherapist yet because phone calls are hard, I have been making sure to exercise my arm a bit more, and I can actually sleep on my right side now. The pain isn't nearly as bad, but I will still be going to the physiotherapist at least once for professional advice on what to do to ensure that my arm doesn't degenerate any further, and possibly ways to strengthen it so that it stops degenerating. You sent me a lumpfish. Is this my meta now? Oh my god, that is so cute. Hold on, I'll copy the thumbnail from the video. Oh my god! He's beautiful! We are definitely going to make one of these one day. I've always wanted to try needle felting. I'm always afraid I'm gonna stab myself, but like, I would like to try it one day. This is even superior to flamingos. I'm sorry, but like, I love flamingos, but this is... Sorry, my little girly side came out. Manliness. Kind of even, never mind, nameless is like the opposite of manly. This is why he's the Twinkubus. Oh my god, that thing is so adorable. Alright, now I know what my tea pet's gonna be. My tea pet is going to be a lumpfish. So I'm still making the crow, and I need to make Ren a dachshund, and mine is a lumpfish. Yes, the Twinkubus. Is this your first time hearing about the Twinkubus? Yeah, Nameless is a gay incubus, and he's very effeminate, so he's the Twinkubus. There's a cat making cat noises. Oh my god! How do they get cuter? How the hell? Create new from clipboard. Forbidden jelly beans! Forbidden jelly beans! Look at it! I have become tea kettle. We had a hype train? Oh my god, we even got like a Sailor Scout. Look at that. Necromancer, that was my first hype train. I didn't even know it was happening. Thank you. That's crazy. That was my first hype train ever. Thank you. Necromancer. I also got the Sailor Scout. And the artist for this emote is named Plush. Oh, okay, so a hype train is an event that happens when a certain number of like donation or subscription events are met. And a hype train is a period that lasts for a certain amount of time and increases in level the more people donate or subscribe. And so there's like super high level emotes that you can get. For instance, if I go down to my hype train emotes, where are they? I keep receiving gift subscriptions, so like my hype train stuff gets pushed way down. Come on now. So like for instance, my highest level hype train emote is this one, and I got that during one of Philip DeFranco's early Twitch streams, and it's like a level 46 emote. And the timer keeps resetting each time somebody no, timer doesn't reset. So the timer goes for a certain amount of time. If a level goes up, the timer resets. It's usually about like 4 or 5 minutes or something. And if you donate during a hype train, donate or subscribe during a hype train, or gift a subscription, you also receive an emote at the end of that hype train, and that emote is locked to your account, and they're limited edition. So like certain sets of emotes will never come back. So people who've been on Twitch a really long time and have been part of like early hype trains have some emotes that people will never see again. They also have like charity event emotes and special event emotes for like the Minecraft one that you can unlock. I think I have some ones from other games as well. And then there's just like the global emotes, which are the free, like, standard Twitch. Yeah, see, Fantasy also has the Minecraft anniversary one. I think it was like the 20th or it was either the 20th or 15th anniversary. And like every channel has emotes that they can set as their own. So you've seen me use the Meowmote ones. There are higher tier Meowmotes as well. So the higher your subscription, the more Meowmotes are available on my channel. And the more people that subscribe to a channel, the more emote slots I get. And those are permanent. So like if everybody stopped subscribing to me, I would still get to keep all of my emote slots. Hydrate. Go feed me. So, I think I'm gonna have to make a lumpfish emote. Probably the aghast lumpfish from earlier. It was like, Fantasy has redeemed a Hydrate Street Imposter check. Ooh, I have to be careful with my arm a little bit still. I'm starting to get to the point where I can actually raise my arm above my head almost totally. It's so close. My other arm, just fine. Straight up to the Superman pose. The Superman taking flight. But with my right arm, I can't quite straighten it out all the way yet. You've been enlightened. You're welcome. Yeah. Twitch has a lot of stuff like that really encourages community engagement. Like, I can set a community challenge where people can spend points to complete a challenge, but it's usually like you need to have like 100,000 points to complete it. So you generally need large communities with lots of points stored up, and it's just a way to like use up people's points. I can also disable points as well. So like there are some channels that don't have any points and they just have them straight up turned off. Like, I think CNOT has his turned off, so you don't gain any points from watching his channel. Because he just doesn't know what to do with them. But, like, they're just, like, free dupes that you get for watching. You know, they're nothing really all that special, and if you're subscribed, you get more points per hour. And if you have the Better TTV extension installed, those little, like, extra reward chests, you can set it to automatically claim. So that you don't have to click on the additional reward chest to get the extra points. God, that lumpfish, I keep looking at it, I'm like, it's so cute. Alright, I need to step away for a sec, because coffee makes me have a little pee, so I'll be on it back, and maybe get something else to drink, because I'm just about out of coffee. I'm back. I got a refreshing Coke Zero. Even though Coke is an American company, therefore the enemy. But it's like my one vice that I allow myself to have. God, we've already been going for 2 hours. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's been like maybe an hour and 15 minutes. It's all because of you guys. Alright, let's close these. Maybe we'll keep the baby lumpfish up for a little while. Down with American, yeah! We should have, like, the states join us instead. Become Canadian, you'll have free healthcare. I encourage, like, all of my American friends to like move to a state that's really close to the border and then start agitating everyone around you to become Canadian. And just like secede. Have that state completely secede from the United States and become Canadian. Just to piss off Chump. I mean, I'm sure if you gathered enough people in one state, you could do it. I hear Michigan's pretty cheap. But, like, people just don't have enough money to move. Like Sai's boyfriend, he's really struggling right now. I know Puma's not struggling, but, like, safety net is gone, as she mentioned the other day. Like, if I could give these people jobs, I would 100%. I don't know why, but I'm just itchy today. My hands are itchy, my face is itchy. Maybe there's like a pollen in the air that's bothering me. He had deported us to Venezuela's terrace. It's El Salvador. Is there snacks on the hype train? There's always snacks in my stream. Stick with me and you'll never go hungry again! I gotta let my demon side out sometimes. Can't keep that demonic nature capped forever. I keep looking at the lumpfish, and every time I look at it, I laugh. It's like Tesla's face. You can't help but laugh when you see it. The longer you stare, the funnier it gets. Maybe not that one. That one's the really cute lumpfish, but like, surrounded by awesome people. I am surrounded by awesome people. I am absolutely blessed to have you guys here. Thank you again. Always. You should know that I am always thankful that you're here. Whether you're subscribed or hosted or whatever. Watching ads. I still appreciate your existence. Especially the people who chat. Because you make this a lot easier and less anxiety inducing. I'm actually very, very shy in real life. But being able to have an avatar and talk to people like this, like, it helps. I would love to escape to Canada. Moving is expensive, but I would still have job hunting concerns. There's the added hoop jump of entry requirements. Yeah, well, I mean, at least you have a specific trade skill, Puma, so that's like already a bonus to your to your application, right? And Neff, who still hasn't chatted, Neff is redeeming a streak, a highlight, and a posture check. So we do another streak. You gonna hop off for a bit? Alright, see you, Arias. I'll probably see you at the Dendrodia meeting if it's happening. Ooh. Went too far with this one. Okay. Make sure you unshrimp your spine, everybody. Wake yourself up. Oh, the tendon. Aye. And our little sippy hydrate. Wow. Just a face of joy there, just, ha! Neff doesn't like it. Neff is having a rough time. encourage him, give him love. Everybody give Neff some love. He's always here. He doesn't always chat. He's just feeling a bit shy, I guess. But he is good Neff. Neff is the booper of snoots. Everybody boop Neff snoot. Neff! Neff! I boop your snoot. It's the snoot that gets booped. Except this time, it's Neff who's getting the boop. Like the Droop Snoot, but it's the Boop Snoot. It's much more cheerful than Droop. We love you, Neff, even if you're quiet. But we know you're always here. Yeah, see? Have some self-confidence. You're like, oh, people don't like me, everybody always ends up hating me. No. That's not true. I don't interact with people I don't like. Straight up. That is just straight up my policy. If I don't like you, I won't interact with you. I also have a tendency to tell people when I don't like them, just so that there's no confusion. But I like Neff too. So Neff needs to smile and accept loves, just like everybody else in chat today too. You hear me? I'm looking at all of you all at once, staring deep into your souls. Accept that you are loved and that you make the world a better place. Good. I believe that you're listening to me. I know where you live, Poopa. You already know that I love you. You're my Puma sis. One of my fellow dragoons. Crow and Guardian says hello. Hello to Crow and Guardian. And you're scared to come here. Look, if I try to cross the border with things I've said on social media, they will probably send me to El Salvador. They'll be like, you're a terrorist. You should be locked away for the rest of your life for speaking your mind. Also, you're a woman, so you should be silent and not vote. Because America's going like full Handmaid's Tale. I haven't even seen that movie or read the book, but I'm like, I know the contexts. I know the plot. I know the story and the world setting, and it's scary. Like, I thought Idiocracy was like, ugh. I haven't watched that movie either for the same reasons that I won't watch Handmaid's Tales, because it's too depressing, because it's too real. There are reasons I'm scared to come to the United States, other than the lack of gun laws. Oh. But also, you have scary spiders. And snakes. You have scary snakes, too. But if I really need to, I will come and get you. You've seen Idiocracy and it's great. Yeah, it's just too real for me. Like, back when it was new, it was still too real for me. Like, I looked at that, I looked at the concept of it, and I saw, like, clips from it, and I was just like, this is gonna come to pass. There are some pieces of media that are just prophetic, and that is one of them. You're quite the stock of camping stuff if I have to run, just need to pull cash. a stove and mini knife and stuff. Yeah. I'll let you know when it's truly time to flee. Like, I will warn you when it's like truly time. Right now I just say it as like more of a meme, like shit's getting bad, watch out. But like it's bad, but it's not the end yet. There's still a lot of opportunity to fix what's going on in the United States, and it just comes down to the people saying no, you're not doing this anymore. And like that dude who was sent to El Salvador who hasn't committed any crimes, one of the Democratic senators actually went to El Salvador and saw him and spoke with him, so at least we know he's still alive. But yeah, some guy actually stood up to Trump and to Bukele, and went to the prison and talked to the guy. So we've established that he's at least still safe. And some of the judges on the Supreme Court are looking at filing contempt against Trump and the people in his administration who didn't listen to their orders. So there's a strong chance of prison time for the people who have not obeyed the court. And it's just a matter of them finding someone who's going to enforce those charges. Which might have to end up coming down to the military at some point. But, yeah, no, make sure your gear's in order, and just in case. Just in case. My dad talked to me a couple months ago about it already. He's like, you need to have a bug-out kit and a plan. And when my dad says stuff like that, I tend to take it to heart. I haven't talked to Sai about it. I've just sort of been quietly preparing things in the background, because Sai gets very, very, very stressed about that stuff. So, I've just been quietly preparing things in the background, so that if something happens, we're not caught with our proverbial pants down. People with noisy cars. Like, chill out. We know you have a small dick. You don't need to announce it to the world. I'll never understand people who like things that make loud noises. Just, it's very peacockish. Yeah. I don't want to be an alarmist. Things are scary, but I'm very much a don't be scared, be prepared, which is why I pay attention to the news, even if it's scary and stressful, because then I don't get caught off guard by things happening. And I think more people need to take that mindset, is don't be scared, be prepared. As Ryan Holiall says, during tornado seasons and any other extreme weather, we are in extreme political weather. There's like category 5s with EF5s where we're looking at some, like, you know, breaking the record kind of weather here. It's scary, but rather than be scared, it's better to be prepared, so that if you're prepared, you can help the people around you to weather the storm too. And that's just the way I look at it. I can't even be scared anymore, because it's like there's no point in it, because that's not helpful. So I recommend people remain informed, but not upset. It's hard to turn off. It's really important that you teach yourself how to filter the fear into something. As the quote goes in Dune, fear is the mind killer. And if you're prepared and you're alive and well, you can save other people around you too. But if you panic and run around like a chicken with your head cut off, or you check out, then that's not helpful, and it doesn't leave you with the opportunity to help someone else out of scary situations or other times in their life, whether it's, having a tornado shelter and being prepared and being able to save your neighbors who don't have a tornado shelter, or whether, total global catastrophe happens. Who knows? Anything could happen. A meteor could strike the planet that's just big enough to not kill everybody, and we might have to fight for our survival as a species. It could happen in the next 10 seconds. But there's no point in being scared about it, right? There's always a chance a rogue planet comes smashing through our solar system. But I try not to worry about those things, because there's jack shit I can do about it. Other than, learn some skills. And that's just, that's how I live my life now. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Look, there's a cute lumpfish on the screen. It's a baby lumpfish. It's very adorable. Red button. Don't press red button. Don't press. Yeah. Don't press the red button. Don't panic. I know Staples encouraged everybody to push the panic button. Don't panic. You don't need a panic button. You need to have an initiate safety protocols button. And for me, that button is always ready to go. And because I know it's there and ready to initiate at any time, my life is much calmer. I'm always looking up things like foraging skills and gardening. I know where there are harvestable plants in my area. I know what seasons they're available, about what time of the year. Hug Nameless button. Yeah! I give hugs. Think I need a life straw purifier or whatever, and a compass. Absolutely. I want to get a life straw. I know Monk Mode has one, don't you? I know he has a lot of like survival gear and like silky saw and stuff. It's good to practice survival skills. So like fire making, especially fire making without tools, in case like you lose your flint and steel, or you don't have a lighter or something. Knowing how to do those things without tools available is very, very helpful. I don't have an opportunity to practice that stuff, but like I know the fundamentals behind it, and even knowing those is more than what most people know. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's more than I've got. But if I need something like that, I'll just build it out of rocks or something. A rock or something. There's our conquest meme of the day. A rock or something. Oh, I was mentioning the potatoes earlier, and I wanted to tell you guys about a forageable that I learned about called a fairy potato. And they're like an early spring tuber that flowers pretty much before everything else. And they're usually little like tiny nodules of potatoes. We're talking like quarter sized. But sometimes they're really big ones. And if you find the really big ones, don't eat them, but propagate them instead. So that you're like genetically selecting for these larger potatoes. So that, like, if you're lucky enough to have a yard and you're in an area where fairy potatoes exist, propagate those into your yard so that you have food storage. Like, it's a natural food storage. And some of the things that I've been learning, I think those skills are going to become more and more important as things get more and more crazy. But also, like, for some people, making sure that you have the preparedness skills just helps them stay calm. Like, for me, that is one of those things that helps me stay calm, knowing that I have backup options and backup skills if it really comes, push comes to shove. The world is scary. Even when we're not in, like, a political shitstorm, the world is always still very uncertain, and I think, like, just having knowledge and skills that most people have put to the wayside just not only makes life more interesting, but is valuable. I love learning new things. It keeps me calm. Like, knowing the difference between a real morel and a false morel. Knowing what berries are safe to eat, which ones are not safe to eat, and the differences between them, what poison ivy looks like versus poison oak. They're just cool things to know, too. Conversation starters. Fantasy has booped my snoot! It's the boop snoot, like the droop snoot. But it's the snoot that gets booped. The boop snoot. Thank you for the snoot boop fantasy. I went into, like, philosophical conversation. I apologize. I'm trying not to be a fearmonger. I am a preparedness monger. I monger. Monger. I don't want to be like the scarerist news media. That's what I call them. I call them scarerists because they terrorize you with fear. But I was also a Girl Guide and a Scout growing up, so be prepared. That's the Scout motto. At least I think that's the Scout motto. Yeah, be prepared. I think Beavers was like, dib dib dib, we'll do our best. So, always do your best. You might not be able to have, like, a full bunker with, like, food and stuff, but, like, if you can, buy an extra, like, piece of canned food per week or something, like one extra. Some people can't afford to build up pantries, but, like, all at once, but maybe you'll have, like, a little extra here and there to put aside. So that you have at least some food security. And another thing is, like, don't tell people that you're doing any sort of prep, because then when or if shit hits the fan, they'll try to lean on you because they didn't prepare, which is why I encourage everybody to prepare, because if everybody is prepared, then there isn't an emergency when there is an emergency, because everybody has skills and backups, and that's how you build resilience. And then that's how your community flourishes. And flourishing is the best kind of living. This has been your weekly prepper talk. I watch a lot of prepper channels, but like most of them are like, oh, that's a little much, guy. Like Canadian prepper, don't like him. He's too much fear mongering and selling of expensive things. But like City Prepping, they're a good channel because they're like, they talk about skills like what I've been talking about. You know, and they're like, you know, their preparedness isn't just like shit hits the fan situations, but it's things like a flood or a fire or a tornado or power outages, you know? Stuff that makes life a little bit easier to handle when like utilities and stuff that we rely on day to day are down. But like as a LARPer, like I have skills. I can build a fire if I need to build a fire. I know how to build a bow drill if I need to. I know how to pick the right kinds of wood for just like a friction, you know, rub the stick against the thing and make an ember fire. That's the hand drill. Like, I can do those things. I know I can do those things. Will I have horrible blisters from the friction of rubbing the stick with my hands? Absolutely. Do I know how to take care of my blisters? Absolutely. You know, basic medical skills, or like how to do laundry without electricity. I actually have a little laundry kit that's it's called forget what it is. It's the Laundry Alternative, and it's just like this little propane tank shaped plastic thing on a crank, and you put your laundry in there and you seal it up with some water and soap, and you just rotate it. Do you want blisters? No, you don't. Absolutely not. Especially foot blisters. If there's one thing, always make sure to take care of, it's your feet. Always, in every situation. If there's a tornado coming, put on your shoes and then put on your helmet. Rotate your owl for good measure. Puma knows the rotate your owl for science. If Cheese is still listening, he knows it too. There's a video on YouTube called Rotate Your Owl, and it's a song. I recommend looking it up because it's funny. Kitten! Rivy is attacking the end of my bed. The cats like to attack the end of my bed for some reason. I don't know why. The goddamn lumpfish. I looked at it again. I've been avoiding looking at it because every time I do. I'm sorry art didn't get done. the motion of moving my eyes around screen just really sucks today. I'm trying not to. What time is it? It's almost noon. So, now that I have successfully scared the shit out of everybody in chat, maybe we'll go raid Evan. Because Evan is on today. And we'll tell him to look up the lumpfish. Is this our mascot now? The lumpfish? As much as I love my Meowmotes, we might have to replace them with the lumpfish. I hope I didn't scare you guys too much or, like, be a downer about talking about things. I think it's important to communicate things that are important and urgent. But also, don't be scared, be prepared. I don't want people to worry or be afraid. Because there's always people like us who believe in doing the right thing. And I think the good people always end up prevailing in the end. Thanks, truck, for ruining my talk. Stupid truck. Stop! Kitten? Velcro. Hey. Velcro is here. He's eyeing the cardboard that I have set aside to make the models for my my shelf cubes for my drawers. He wants to chew on them so badly. He loves chewing on cardboard. I'm good. Like, if I lose power, I have blankets and a hoard of books to get lost in. Yes. Also consider food. Like, Velcro. Sorry, he was, like, clawing things he shouldn't claw. In 2003, I think it was, the entire eastern seaboard of the United States and part of Canada lost power because of a transmission error, and it was like, it was a huge thing. Some people lost power for like 2 weeks. Luckily, it was like in the middle of the summer. It was like the middle of August or something, or the beginning of August. It was wild. And it's because, like, something in the grid failed somewhere, and it caused, like, this massive cascade of power failure up and down the eastern seaboard. So, like, those are situations where you're like, if I have to open a bunch of cans of food to eat them, do I own a manual can opener? Because I know a lot of people have, like, electric can openers, but do you have a manual one? You know, so things to consider like that. I can fish, and grilled fish is so good. Yeah, see, like, you have skills that are actually useful. I know in, like, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, those places have a lot of, like, the government wants people to understand preparedness and having skills and preps for long-term outages because of Russia, mostly. Like, they have, like, a whole manual that they give to their people in one of those countries. Can't remember which one it is. Sorry. But, like, you know, like, that they had this thing where, like, their whole of their society has a preparedness manual, so that if anything happens, the people in those more remote areas, or even in the middle of the city, surrounded by millions of other people, can still, like, operate and function without devolving into complete and utter panic. And I think, like, everybody should do that. Like, I have the English version of that manual downloaded myself, and I try to go through it and, like, apply it for, like, my area of Southern Ontario. Yes. But, like, you know, like if you have the manual, if you lose power, you can't talk to me. Like, that's a temporary thing. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, eventually I'll lose power at some point too. The apartment I used to live in, here in the city that I live in now, used to lose power all the time because its power lines were above ground, and there are a lot of old trees in the neighborhood, and so during a storm, we would just lose power. Yeah, it would happen all the time. I've been living in this apartment for like 5, almost 6 years now, and we've lost power for like an hour total in that 5 years, maybe. So, yeah. Even it can vary by city. During the ice storm in 1998, when Southern Ontario and Southern Quebec, and even Central Quebec, had that horrible ice storm that killed a lot of people just by, like, hypothermia and carbon monoxide poisoning and stuff, because they lost power and they didn't know that they couldn't run, like, a gas stove indoors with no ventilation. Even then, like, my house lost power for at most an hour, whereas I had friends that lived like 2 neighborhoods away and they lost power for 3 weeks. So, like, it can vary even just like street to street. Where Mew Juice lived growing up, we were best friends growing up. We're still really good friends, still best friends. Her street, one half the street was on one power grid, and the other half the street was on another. So, like, the people across the street would lose power, and she wouldn't. And it was, like, the weirdest thing. Or, like, the mall, like, half the mall would lose power, and the other half would be fine. Because that line in the power grid ran through the mall, too. Neff knows which mall I'm talking about. And it was like the weirdest thing. You'd be like shopping at one end of the mall, and then an announcement would come on and be like, oh, the mall's shutting down now. You know, everyone's like, what the hell? And like, we go to the other side of the mall to leave, and like the power's just out. We're like, oh, that's why. It was like, oh, it's a normal day. It was really weird. Alright, I think we're gonna raid Evan, because we've been going for nearly 3 hours. I haven't done a single lick of painting. Well, I've done a few brushstrokes. We drew some of the berries. And we looked at lumpfish. And we talked about prepping. It's a strange day. Alright. Oh god, I turned my head the wrong way. Raid Evan Blair art. Just a moment, guys. I need to shut my eyeballs. Ugh. Alright, yep. It's time to raid. I will see you guys on Monday. Hopefully my vertigo will have passed by then. I feel really sick. So, this is just in time. I will... Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all so much for coming. Necromancer, thank you for my first ever hype train. That was really awesome of you. Thank you for hosting so many people. And everybody, make sure you have a good weekend. Have a great time at your LARP, Necromancer. I hope you have a fantastic time. I hope it's the best experience of your life. Next to, you know, getting married, having your kid and stuff. Well, I love you all. We're off sailing to other waters. I might have some seasickness on the way. I apologize. Thank you for coming. Bye. I love you.